The latest on what happened on the I-10, where passengers say a man tried to flip a Greyhound bus this morning. Let's go live to Jill Gallus, who is on the scene on the I-10. Jill, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gina. Yeah, passengers that we've been speaking with who were inside of this bus at the time describe this as some of the most frightening moments that they've ever experienced in their lives. Now, here's the Greyhound bus that we're talking about. It is just feet away from facing oncoming traffic here. Of course, it's in the wrong direction, just past the median here, and that's because it was actually headed east into Phoenix, coming from LA, packed with people, when just after 2 this morning, passengers tell us that another passenger on board sort of lost his mind, got up, started running, and essentially attacking the driver. Now, passengers say that that driver, they give him a lot of credit because he was trying to maintain that wheel and trying to do whatever he could to keep this bus upright from flipping over. Let's go to some video, though. We want to show you the suspect who we're talking about. DPS, they are not yet identifying this individual. However, we got a few pictures of him as he was being taken away in the police unit. Now, he was also screaming things such as, "They're trying to kill me, they're trying to kill me." A lot of people that we were talking with out here say that this particular individual did not appear to be in his right state of mind. We are working to get more information about this suspect later on this morning. We're told that will be available. Now, the man that we were talking with, one of these passengers on board here, who says that he is also a bus driver and he knows how frightening a situation like this can be, said he just never thought he would have to experience it. But he's saying that he gives this bus driver a lot of credit for saving his life this morning. Now listen to, though, how he describes the moment that all the chaos ensued.
He started crying and I knew something was wrong. And then he just started fighting with his girl. Then he jumped up, opened the door, and started jumping on the bus driver. And he said, "I'm going to flip this bus."
Wow, can you even imagine being stuck inside of that bus, what was going through all of these passengers' minds as this was happening? Now, again, he made it across the median without ever flipping this bus. The driver was able to maintain control of that steering wheel the entire time. Now, there were 3 people airlifted to a hospital, 23 other people who were transported to local hospitals, and then there were about a dozen other passengers who were waiting on the side of the road, but they have been on a new bus and they are on their way to Phoenix. We're told that they should be arriving there sometime between 6:30 and 7 this morning. Now, for that side of the story, we're going to send things out to Tess, who is over at the bus depot where they will be arriving here shortly.
That's right, Jill. You know, and there are some folks who are waiting for family members. You can imagine some of them did get a call right after this happened, letting their loved ones know, hey, we're on the bus, here's what happened. One of those folks is Angelique, her dad Nick, coming from Los Angeles on that bus, and he called you just around 2 a.m. right after the accident. What did he tell you?
I actually called him, and he just said that they were off-roading. The bus just went off the road. And while I was talking to him, and that's when we found the passenger, one of the people in the very front had told him that someone had attacked the driver, and they just went everywhere.
And your thoughts when you're hearing all this?
I was quite concerned about my dad. Asked him where he was so I can go pick him up, and so I knew where he was, and he didn't even know where he was. He just said it was pitch black outside.
And it was in the middle of the desert?
Yeah, he couldn't tell me anything. I talked to him 20 minutes after that, and he just couldn't remember too much after.
And I know you've been trying to get a hold of him, trying to figure exactly where he is. He did tell you he was wearing his seatbelt.
Yes, he did tell me he was wearing his seatbelt, so he was not one of the ones flying all over the bus. He did have his seatbelt on.
Right. Well, we hope he's safe and you connect with him soon. Thanks, Angelique.
No problem.
And again, just one of the several people that we've seen here this morning that are certainly worried, of course. Now, I just spoke with a Greyhound official, the manager here at this station, and obviously this is a fluid story. Different numbers are coming in. But as you can see, those are the doors where the people will walk through. We're going to pan over to the left here and show you. This is where the arrivals come through, and they're expected to arrive here between 6:30 and 7. Jill had mentioned she heard from that and about a dozen or people. So we're hearing on this end about 20 people or so could be arriving. And at this point, they are trying to sort out who is where, who got transported to which hospital, so they can, of course, let family members like Angelique know where their loved one is and how they're doing right right now. So that is the latest from here at the bus station. We will, of course, keep you posted on when the arrivals come, talk to the folks as they get off the bus, and bring you the latest throughout the morning.
And Tess, what I'd like to do is continue our team coverage on this breaking news story. And what I'd like to do is map out exactly where this bus accident is. I-10, it is on the westbound side at the Burnt Wells Rest area. Where exactly is that? That's basically the equivalent of about 490th Avenue. Now, on that westbound side, headed towards California, one lane is open, but one lane is closed. Now, do you know somebody who's coming in on the eastbound side? Now, that side of the freeway is completely open, though you're probably going to see a curiosity factor and slowing in this general area as folks roll past that accident scene. Once again, that's where Jill is reporting from.